History of typography. Beginnings through medieval.
Humans have been developing methods of written communication for over 10,000 years. The earliest markings exist in cave art through petroglyphs and pictograms. These were rock engravings and cave paintings created by humans who utilized available resources to paint and carve pictograms and ideograms. These documented communications included representative images of specific words, as well as images to represent concepts. By 3000 BCE, Sumerians in Mesopotamia had developed a method of creating records by drawing on clay tablets with pointed styluses. The efficiency of these carvings continuously increased throughout the next 500 to 1000 years. Cuneiform, a writing system developed by the Sumerians, relied heavily on ideograms, symbols are representative of concepts, as well as phonograms, symbols that represent sounds. Around this same time period, the Egyptians developed their own writing system known today as hieroglyphics. This system, too, began as pictograms and evolved into a system of pictograms, ideograms, and phonograms. The Romans invaded Greece around 100 BCE, resulting in heavy Greek influence on Roman culture. This included the Latin alphabet, the alphabet we use today. Around 1st century CE, square and rustic capital letter forms were common Roman scripts. Both contained serifs, however, rustic capitals were less formal and easier to write. Celtic half-uncials were combined with Latin majuscules to develop Carolingian minuscules to create copies of religious texts under Charlemagne. Carolingian minuscules were developed in the pursuit to create consistent quality of books and were the first evolution towards lowercase letters today. Paper production drastically increased as water-powered machines made the process much cheaper and more efficient. Watermarks, trademarks built into paper, were first utilized by Fabriano mills to distinguish the paper production company from its competitors. These were some of the first trademarks used to create brand recognition, similar to the watermarks we use today.
Invention of paper. Egyptians wrote hieroglyphics using chisels on stone, but they also used brushes made of plant stems to paint hieroglyphic characters on more portable materials. Egyptians used the cypress papyrus plant to make a paper-like material called papyrus. Although it is unclear when the earliest use of papyrus occurred, the oldest surviving papyrus documents were created around 2000 BC. Legend has it that around 190 BC, an embargo on papyrus led to an innovative shepherd living in what is now Turkey to develop a paper-like writing surface made of leather called parchment. To make parchment, animal skins were washed, stretched, scraped clean of hair, whitened with chalk, and pumice smooth. Parchment became popular because of its flexibility, availability, and portability. In 105 CE, Tai Lung of China reported to the emperor that he had invented paper. Tai Lung soaked rags and bark and beat them to a pulp. Then he separated the fibers on a mold, pressed them flat, and peeled the resulting sheet of paper from the mold so it could be hung to dry. For thousands of years, paper continued to be made this way. By the 8th century CE, the Chinese had developed a woodblock printing process, or xylography, that is still used today. Raised images and calligraphy were cut onto wooden slabs that were then inked. The printer would transfer the ink to the paper by placing a piece of paper on the raised ink surface and rubbing the back. A fast printer could pull 200 prints of a design in an hour. Around 1040 CE, a Chinese man named Pai Sheng became renowned as a master of movable type, and he may have been its inventor. Pai Cheng affixed individual clay stamps in sequence, each bearing a relief of a Chinese character. A waxed iron plate could then be used like a woodblock to print an entire page at once. The stamps could be removed afterwards and reused for future designs. This technology didn't gain much popularity in China because the large number of Chinese characters made sorting stamps for reuse impractical.